Good morning, students. Myself, Dr. Raghusudha, is here to talk on medical microbiology, history, and development. Microbiology is a biological science involved with the study of microscopic organisms. Microbiology is made up of several subdisciplines, including bacteriology, the study of bacteria; mycology means study of fungi; phycology, the study of algae; parasitology, study of parasites; and virology, study of viruses and how they function inside cells. Well, medical microbiology is the large subset of microbiology concerned with the prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of infectious diseases. In addition, this field of science studies various clinical applications of microbes for the improvement of health. Although Antony van Leeuwenhoek was regarded as father of microbiology for being the first person to observe microorganisms with a self-made light microscope in 1676, Robert Koch was credited for establishing the discipline of medical microbiology in 1876 to 84 with the formulation of germ theory of disease, isolation of bacteria in pure culture, and development of Koch postulates. Development in bacteriology. Heinrich Hermann Robert Koch, a German physician and microbiologist, discovered the specific causative agent of deadly infectious diseases including tuberculosis, cholera, and anthrax, for which he is regarded as father of bacteriology. The major contributions made in the area of bacteriology are: in 1871, Gerhard Hansen discovered causative agent of leprosy, Mycobacterium leprae. In 1873, Otto Obermeier has discovered bacteria responsible for relapsing fever. In 1876, Robert Koch discovered Bacillus anthracis. In 1884, George Gaffley cultivated typhoid bacilli. In 1884, Loeffler cultivated diphtheria bacilli. In the same year, Kitasato discovered tetanus bacilli and Albert Calmetti discovered non-virulent strains of TB bacilli, which helped in developing vaccination for TB. In 1892, William Welch identified gas gangrene bacilli. In 1887, Richard Pfeiffer identified the cause for meningitis. In 1896, Kishi Shiga discovered Shigella dysentery. Moving on to next field in medical microbiology, developments in virology. Martinus William Bijering is regarded as father of virology. He is a Dutch microbiologist and botanist and regarded as founder of virology as he was the first to recognize viruses and call them as contagium vivum fluidum. The major contributions in virology are: in 1796, Edward Jenner pioneered in vaccination for smallpox. In 1885, Louis Pasteur developed rabies vaccine. In 1892, Dmitry Vinitsky has identified that viruses are filterable agents which can filter through Chamberlain filters. In 1896, Martinus Bijering, father of virology, discovered viruses. In 1896, Friedrich Loeffler and Paul Frosch isolated foot and mouth disease virus. In 1900, Reed discovered yellow fever virus. In 1903, Remlinger discovered rabies virus. In 1906, Paul Simon identified female Aedes aegypti mosquito as a vector for yellow fever virus. In 1913 to 14, Ada Hardy, Clara Israel, and Robert Lambert are the first to grow vaccinia virus in rabbit and guinea pig corneal cells, showing viral neutralization. In 1917, Felix de Herel discovered bacteriophage life cycle. In 1931, Albert Woodruff and Ernst Pasteur used embryonic eggs as viral hosts, providing new tools for studying the life cycles, transmission mechanisms, and modes of infections of viruses. In 1931, Richard Shope isolated swine influenza A virus. In 1933, he discovered human influenza A virus. In 1939, Cauchy visualized virus under electron microscope, while in 1949, Enders developed human cell cultures for the growth of poliovirus. In 1953, Rowe discovered adenovirus. In 55, Schaffer has crystallized poliovirus. In 1965, Francos Jacob Loaf and Monod has studied genetic control of enzymes and virus synthesis, for which they were awarded Nobel Prize. In 1966, Python Ross has studied tumor-inducing viruses. In 1969, Max Delbruck, Hershey, and Lurie has studied replication mechanisms and genetic structure of viruses, for which they were given Nobel Prize. In 1989, Michael Bischoff and Warmus has studied cellular origin of retrovirus oncogenes. In 1997, Stanley Prusner has studied prions, for which he was given Nobel Prize. And 2008, Francois Barry and Montagner has discovered human immunodeficiency virus, for which they were given Nobel Prize. In 2020, Harvey Alter, Michael and Rice were given Nobel Prize for their studies on hepatitis C virus. Next, moving on to developments in parasitology. Father of parasitology is Francisco Redi. He is an Italian botanist. He not only challenged the theory of spontaneous generation but documented over 100 parasite species in his book. Major contributions in parasitology are: in 1681, Antony van Leeuwenhoek has observed and illustrated the first protozoan parasite of humans, Giardia lambia. In 1687, Giovanni Cosimo Bonomo and Sestoni has published that scabies is caused by the parasitic mite Scarpotis scabies, marking scabies as the first disease of humans with a known microscopic causative agent. In 1684, Francisco Redi, father of parasitology, he wrote a book named Osvazini Intorno Agil Animali Viventi Cisi Trovano Negili Animali Viventi, which means observations on living animals found in living animals, known as parasites, and described and illustrated over 100 parasites, including human roundworm. In 1687, Charles Louis Alphonse Laveran has discovered malarial parasite. In 1897, Ronald Rose discovered malarial parasite and its transmission by mosquitoes, for which he was awarded Nobel Prize. And 2015, William Campbell and Satoshi and Tuoyu has awarded Nobel Prize for their novel therapy against infections caused by roundworm parasites and novel therapy against malaria. Moving on to the developments in mycology. Father of mycology is Heinrich Antony D. Berry, a German botanist and microbiologist. He studied late blight disease of potato and its disease-causing agents life cycle, that is Phytophthora infestans. He is also regarded as father of plant pathology. Major contributions made in mycology are: in 1729, Pierre Antoine Macaulay wrote the book Nova Plantarum Genera, in which he has given scientific descriptions and illustrations of fungi with classifications. In 1790 to 93, Christian Hendrik Persson gave first classification for mushroom in the book named Methodica Fungorum. In 1831 to 1888, Heinrich Antony D. Berry studied fungi and fungal diseases in plants. In 1910, Ramon Savrod invented Savrod's dextrose agar used to grow fungi in the laboratories. In 1835, Agostino Bessi discovered the causative agent of muscardine disease in silkworm as Breweria bassiana. In 1928, Alexander Fleming discovered antibiotic penicillin from fungi Penicillium notatum. Thank you for watching.